There's another passage that I want to jump on that comes back to this idea of the fishing scene in John 21. And
right.
I mean, if I'm honest, I want to look at this one because there's a detail hidden within this part that I think we normally focus past, that is just one of these scenes where we get these little moments in the Bible that we jump right over, that I think sometimes maybe we completely forget that they're in there until someone points them back out to us. And so we're talking about John 21, when Jesus appears to the disciples and they're out fishing. And this is a scene that, again, we're used to. They're out in the boat, they're fishing, but they're having a rough time. The catch isn't going good. And this is when we get that scene where they say, have you no fish? They say no. Cast the net on the right side of the boat and you will find some. A great verse that we all know.
Right.
The disciple whom Jesus loved, which is usually associated with John here, said to Peter, it is the Lord. When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, and this is the moment, he put on some clothes, for he was naked, and jumped into the sea. But the other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land, only 100 yards off. And then when they get to shore, there's the charcoal fire with fish on it and bread. He tells them to bring the fish, and they have this scene of come and have breakfast. He gives them bread. They do the same with the fish. And then we get to this eating scene. But the verse that it's not the most important. It's not necessarily a resurrection focus thing, but in one of these details, we got a naked man out fishing with all the guys on the boat.
What's he doing in the boat naked? Now, this is always just a fun detail, right? But what's he doing naked in the boat with all the other men? It's what it says, right? That's what the text says. B, when he recognizes it's Jesus, he's like, oh, I better cover up. And then what? He goes out in the water, right? And so
swims in.
Yeah,
gotta get there first.
So the question is, why is he covering up to get in the water? Is it that once I was swimming in Turtle Creek, man, those snappers snapping at my feet? Look, I went fishing with my dad just about every weekend growing up. I never got naked in the boat with these other guys, just so we're clear. But I also, was very careful whenever I'm swimming in a lake to make sure that I'm covered up for fear of, you want to keep all your bait in the boat, right? You want to make sure that you don't want to.
He was keeping the fish away. Maybe this is why none of the fish were coming into the net. It got a naked guy on the boat. The fish are nowhere to be found. And again, the big point for our resurrection focus here is that this is another eating scene. Again, but in this one, Jesus doesn't eat. The disciples do. But yeah, just one of these little details. There's all of these little moments that we move past because we go cast the net to the other side. Then Jesus has this nice barbecue on the shore and they're all hanging out. But in the middle, one of the disciples is naked. And I know it's not the biggest thing in the world, but just know that this is in there. So if you're hearing a sermon this Sunday and this passage gets brought up, just say which one of them was naked and see where the conversation goes.
It's something to overlook. But then that's in the middle. That detail is in the middle of this very famous story. But we often overlook that he's just lying out there in the boat naked with the rest of the dudes. So, who knows? But maybe that's why they weren't catching any fish.
It's why they weren't catching any fish.